So what's it like flying with your little one? In this video, I'll talk about some things to consider when flying with your baby. Coming up. How's it going? John here. Welcome to the New Dad community. This is where you can find perspectives from a first-time father. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. We've taken our little guy from San Francisco to Orlando now. We've done some West Coast trips, and we thought we'd put a video together to give you some tips to how to fly with your little one. Alright, so tip number 1 is use gate check. This is probably the most underrated airline perk there is. Basically what that means is you drop your stroller off at the gate all the way at the airplane instead of dropping it off at the ticketing center. And this is awesome, especially in huge airports where you don't have to take your kid around and carry them. You can just take your stroller right up to the airplane. Also, a great part about this is that when you get to your destination, your stroller is right there ready for you to use. It's an awesome perk. Alright, tip number 2 is address ear pressure. You've got settled into your seat, you're in the airplane, the plane's about to take off, and your little guy's ears are really hurting. So what you want to do is let him suck on your passy or let him suck on their bottle, breastfeed if you can, if you're doing that, and it'll really help them relieve the ear pressure. Alright, tip number 3 is something you probably do all the time anyways, bring extra clothes. Spit ups and messes and spills are bound to happen. You want to be ready for that when it happens. I don't know if you could tell, but I've got a blackberry stain on this shirt, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on a new shirt because I have an extra pair. Alright, tip number 4 is use distraction. Your little guy is probably wondering why you're sitting there for so long. What you want to do is bring his toys along so he doesn't get bored. Basically, you're stalling for time. Flights are really boring for the little ones, so bring their toys. If you don't have their toys or if you need some more stuff to stall them with, cups, stirrers, peanut bags, they're all great things to use to get your kid thinking about playing and not thinking about how boring it is on the flight. Also use people. People are great. Sometimes people love carrying babies, and it's awesome to just, let them have fun with your kid. I think one time we handed off our kid to someone else and they held Zachy for like 10 minutes, and it was awesome for us and it was awesome for them. If all goes well, your kid is well distracted, well fed, but sometimes it's hard, especially on longer haul flights. There you'll probably need to take some more drastic measures. Some things you might consider is screen time. I know parents are opposed to that, but hey, whatever keeps your kid quiet, especially for the cross-country flights, that could be really handy. And also you might have to do the embarrassing thing, get up and walk your child up and down the aisle. Hey, if you gotta do that, you gotta do that. And also use the areas in the back of the plane. Sometimes the airline attendants don't like that, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, tip number 5 is bring food and snacks. I should probably do a separate video about this, about how it's always a good idea to have food and snacks and liquids and milk ready for your child. But yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Little known fact, TSA will actually let you bring liquids if it's for the baby. So, just let them know at security that you have liquids, and they'll just let you bring it right in. Alright, and tip number 6 is take a breather. Chances are you've been planning really hard for your trip, or you're coming back home and you've been running around, you've been driving, you've been carrying heavy bags for your family. What you want to do is just take a breather. I'm a big fan of the box breathing technique. It's something really simple that you can do in a short amount of time, and it has a really big impact. If you need some extra space, consider going to the bathroom. I know it sounds gross, but hey, if you need some privacy, that's a great way to do it. And if you're an overachiever, you can just pretty much change a diaper while you're doing box breathing by yourself. So consider that.
Power tip: if you schedule their flight during their nap time, then you have a sleeping baby for a good chunk, if not all of the flight. He's sleeping.
Alright, so we've taken our little guy on several trips now, and basically this is what it comes down to. People are pretty understanding when it comes to having a little guy with you, and those who aren't, well, either they have noise canceling headphones or you shouldn't care about them anyways. So you'll be fine, don't worry, just go on the trip. Hey, I'd love to know your favorite best travel tip. Leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and if you found it helpful, please share it with other new parents out there. See you next time.